Ever since I was a young child, I loved drawing. When I was in grade school, I decided I wanted to be an animator when I grew up. Lucky for me, an animation studio opened up in a well-known amusement park in 1989. It was only an hour away from my hometown. So at the age of 18, I totally applied for their internship program. I applied again. A couple of years and about 20 rejections later, I landed a job at that very amusement park just to get my foot in the door. That one particular portfolio submission I'll never forget. It took me until the night before the deadline to finally finish it. Unfortunately, the next day, I had to work at the attraction that resembled a giant golf ball. I couldn't call out as my record card was already full of call-outs, and one more would surely get me fired. That meant I would have to deliver my portfolio during my 30-minute lunch break. When my relief finally arrived, I bolted to the break room, grabbed my portfolio, and was off. But it wasn't going to be easy. I had to run across the park to the wardrobe department, put my street clothes on, and drive to another part of the property to the casting building. I was making pretty good time until I got stuck behind a rather large truck and couldn't see around it. I took a turn too wide and hit the curb. Oh no! Does my motorcycle still work? Thank you, Jesus. I finally made it to the casting building and delivered my portfolio. I only had 15 minutes to get back to work. I had to hurry. I was doing about 70 when a security guard hiding in the bushes caught me with a radar gun. He then radioed another guard further down the road. He jumped in front of me, demanding that I stop. I was singled out because of my employee parking decal. This was bad, but let me explain why. At the time, park security was under scrutiny for pursuing an employee who had been speeding, something they were not permitted to do. This pursuit tragically ended in a fatal accident, placing the park under considerable pressure. In response, the chief security officer decided to monitor employees' speeds. If caught speeding, it would result in a point on my record. As I mentioned earlier, I was already 1 point away from being fired, and I couldn't let that happen. So I slowed down as if I was going to stop, and when the guard stepped aside, I sped off. I didn't park at the motorcycle parking in front in case they came looking for my motorcycle. I did it. Overcoming every obstacle that stood in my way this time must mean I'm destined to be accepted into the internship program.